Hi and welcome to Academic Compliance Academy of Anti-Money Laundering. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the different types of money launderers, organized versus unorganized. And this division is especially interesting because that is our classic dualistic perception of criminals. Either we tend to think that they are part of this mafia hierarchy built organization, or we think that they are like a one-off thief, bank robber, maybe a group of individuals, but without any real organization. However, recent research shows us that we need to take account of one more group that really has been put in society and it has established itself, especially due to globalization and digitalization, and that is the network-based group. So when we have this new trio perception of criminals, how would we characterize the three different, especially the new network-based? Let's look into the different types. So the first one is an organized group by hierarchy. Most of us think about the mafia family, and have like some relation due to television shows, etc. So we can define this type by having a clear hierarchy and division of labor throughout the hierarchy. It is a sophisticated level of organization with good communication and planning, and they may operate sometimes in multiple jurisdictions and countries to try to hide their actual operations. However, it's not necessarily a demand for this type of group. They have very good access to resources, typically also political resources that they might infiltrate and use at their own advantages. They have specialized knowledge within their field, and they seem to be very good to facilitate the criminal activities both within the organization and with collaboration outside of the organization. The second group is now the network-based group, the one that we should take more account of. And this group consists of a mix of individuals and groups. Due to globalization and digitalization, they can work together in a much easier and a flat structure. So we don't have this hierarchy-built structure as with the classic mafia family type. They are very sophisticated, but the sophistication is at this globalized organization, flat structure level. Good communication, but the communication can even be disfragmented into certain areas of this ring due to the fact that they kind of need to hide from law enforcement. So the less communication, the better. They have a very good planning operation. If we look at the classic network-built organization, which would be like the Hawala, where there's a high level of trust, the planning is essential for this to be for them to be able to operate. And the absolute advantage here is that they operate across multiple jurisdictions and countries, because when they make this chain reaction, the network, and they operate their money laundering in a network setting, they can circumvent a lot of national and regional laws, sanction regimes, etc., because they can simply move their operation to other countries where these sanctions are not enacted, and in that way they can move around the different legal systems. They typically have access to advanced resources, especially in terms of technology. They have specialized knowledge, and this knowledge might be in different fields. Some might be related to drug trading, trafficking, or just simply car dealings or invoice factoring or other types. So that might be disfragmented too, and that is what we need to learn about this network-based kind of approach. They do have this immense good setup, and because they can circumvent and exploit different legal regimes to transfer both goods, services and money, well, it makes them harder to track. And this is exactly what we need to appoint and be able to understand that typically we talk about trade-based money laundering or different types of money laundering. When we talk about these network-based group, they tend to mix everything up in a bundle. which makes it harder for us to comprehend because it's both money laundering, but it's also trade-based, it's cash-based, it's service-based, and it's good-based, all in one kind of circle. The last type, the last group, is an unorganized individual. I already talked a bit about this. So typically this would consist of a small group of individuals who engage in illegal activities in a more ad hoc kind of way, with an opportunistic manner, without a clear organizational structure. So it's more about the aim of getting the money. It is very profit built. They don't have the same access to resource typically, because they lack this organization behind them. Because of this, they also tend to be more locally or in a regional context. They don't seem to arbitrate from different types of jurisdictions or legal regimes. That is not the intent here. Some of them, of course, will tend to try to cooperate with the other groups. So in that sense, it will build them a more sophisticated system, and the behavior would also change in that setting. So this was just a short introduction to the 3 types of money laundering groups that we see in academia. And well, stay tuned and subscribe to this channel, and let's talk much more about money laundering.